You think if I stay very, very quiet, they'll notice me? Infiltrating their circle? Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In the last part, we wrapped up the 3.2 story, and now it's time to do the dungeon, and the trial, and probably be what we do. Probably. Anyways, one more night in Amdapor. Full glad am I of your presence, Arya. The Tollswood has need of your unyielding courage once more. Following your deeds in the Lost City of Amdapor, we had thought the darkness lifted, its haunted walls freed from nightmare. Thus did we enter the ruins, the elementals at our side, intent upon returning that decaying edifice to the forest. Only for our immortal companions to withdraw without warning. From their agitated whisperings, we later gleaned that an eternity of daunting power yet lingers within the bowels of the city. And yet, until this being is put down, the elementals appear loath to return. I pray you, visit Reo Senna where she awaits at Camp Tranquil and answer her plea for assistance. Alright. So, Reo Senna is, of course, right over here. Oh my gosh, what the heck? There's like a party going on here. Jeez! Ah, the intrepid adventurer who braved the darkness of the Lost City. To no other would I entrust this task. Lest you wonder, I do not doubt your success in expunging the darkness which took root in the ruins before. The heart of that evil was excised without question, but it would seem that some other power lay dormant beneath the stones all the while, its presence invisible to our senses. Plainly, however, that power is now very much awake. The elementals' panic attests to that. Quieting them will be no small task. While my fellows and I endeavor to persuade the elementals to rejoin us, I would have you venture into the city once more, find the source of this new disturbance, and do what must be done. The Woodwheel Alphine yet stands guard at the gate. I dare say he has not forgotten you. Ask and he will let you pass. So let's head down to the southwest. Had to get my bearings there for a second. About this new trouble in Lost City, I thought you might be back. No one to leave a job half-finished, eh? Where you're stepping there aren't fit to frighten an elemental, not to be taken lightly, be you favored of the Seat-Seers or not. Lost City of Amdapor Hard is now accessible. Goody. Goody. That's what I'm looking for. And now, if I can find the right button here. Yay. Okay, I need to repair my dang gear. This should be when I Camp Tranquil, right? Oh my gosh, seriously? Seriously. What the heck? Where are you? Over here. Merchant and Mender, okay. Repair. Commence. Okay. We're good. Gear is repaired. Can stop yelling at me for at least 5 minutes. Gosh. So, Lost City of Amdapor Hard. I will admit I barely am remembering this dungeon right now. So we're gonna be winging it. Definitely winging it here. I think I know what the end of this one is. I just hit the macro now. Why not? we're apparently going at this the slow way. Ah. Alright, unfortunate eggs. New passage revealed. Crawlers. Let's go ahead and hit twin snakes because twin snakes. Gremlins! Ranting ranks gremlin. Okay. Interesting name. Bad mouth. I think that's them doing the misery stuff. Yeah, it is. It is. So this is, so far, mostly kind of the same sort of deal. Yeah, we need to destroy unfortunate eggs. Spore eggs. And there's the next one. So it's, yeah, and it's just the path to get to these eggs. Taking damage sometime. Oh, and there are our other eggs. So some Wimera came up behind us after we did that. You can see another Wimera thing up there. Is it gonna actually do anything though? Yes! They're behind us. Hello. Meditate. And we have our first boss, Akama. So this is the same model as our second boss of original city, Lost City. I don't know what we're waiting for. Other than for my, thingy to wear off, apparently. Alright, Nero, Swarmer. Look away. And I got a shade anyway. Alright. Yeah, so yeah, look away during Nero Squama because it's gonna make a shade for you, and it's gonna, your shade is going to cause a clonal attack. And you don't want that to be facing into the group. And it's gonna do it multiple times, yeah. Like I said, we're totally winging this right now. I remember nothing! And just again. That's really the gimmick here, I guess. Oh, we might have another gimmick? Oh, yeah, poison pools. That's the other gimmick of this. Poison pools from big bubbly thingies. Got it. Alright. A+ commentary right now. A+. So you're gonna see these light areas here, much like in original. If you bring it into here, they get debuffed. There was a look away effect going on there. So yeah, we're already inside the building, which is of course the area in which we went for Diablos before. And well, we know what's going on with Diablos. Here, we're gonna debuffs. No, I already have one. I want to pass. I don't feel like trying to deal with it at the moment. Another walkway up here. So instead of going down to where we fought Diablos, we're actually gonna head into another door. Actually, you can't even see where we fought Diablos before. So, in here. Me and my absolutely pro tier keeping up. Twin snakes. Got another dragon. Alright, winged lion. Remember, like, nothing. It just kind of goes to show you, it's just a thing with the level 60 dungeons. I don't know what it is, but never see them. So I don't really remember them as much. Except the anti-tower. I don't know that one. I don't know that one too well. Ancient Holy. Light up here. Keep the spear. Spear. Ancient Holy goes off. I probably could have meditated during that. Ancient Libra. So I have down on Earth Resistance. And see, 2 are Earth, 2 are Wind. So anything involving Earth, I do not want to be near. Anything involving Wind, I do. That is light, so we don't want to touch that one. This cannot be. My purpose is failed. Yeah, this is like total winging it. Use the stone of transference. And we're now in the Crystallum. You can see some statues off on the edge here, except some are broken. Those ones will not be coming back to life because they're not exactly cool, and the tank's trying to run ahead. I know you can't run ahead here. This is definitely a very walled-in dungeon. Wait, I am actually let's defeat the light. Elemental, our path appears. I guess light's bright, not elemental. So none of the statues here were broken. We come back. I'll be way better when it comes to level 70 dungeons, I swear. Just, oh my gosh, I never see these ones. Oh yeah, it has to be everything's defeated for stuff to appear. There's also a chest off on these little dead end paths. Hey. Okay, seriously, there's like something in my eye. Yeah, once all enemies are defeated. And we're gonna see some pots here. All 3 come up because none were destroyed. So these pots are gonna have a look-away effect. Gonna want to either stun them, possibly, with Holy. Isn't always gonna work. So it's Mysterious Light, specifically, that is a look away. And, well, that's it. Ooh. Now, speaking of statues coming to life... we need to defeat Karibu. So Karibu has immune to stun, and each stacked seed staves off the hands of death. So that means it is going to revive twice. So Connell's and Yellows, it's also dying really fast. Well, there's a reason. It also revive. So it's casting Regen on itself. Try and make this last longer. There is number 1. It just teleported. I don't remember what it was about to do. So it's also going to pull an ability stack, and if the white magic has been reversed from beneficial to corrupting, so it's going to be casting stuff like Regen, which is going to make us that. And also Cure 4, Proximity. To run out. This cheating because there's actually a Cure 4. One more. Let's go. And another vulnerability. Decoy. Nothing 12 going on here. Rehabilitation. So yeah, that was just like... If I mercy of Magi, my wounds will be cured. However, because we are all in there, it's supposed to cure. Alright, should be fine though. Brave here. Yep. Just like so. And that was Karibu. Yeah. And now I've already forgotten the dungeon. That is how much I remember this. Like, seriously. But more importantly, there is a clicky here. Guardian statue. The guardian statue stands motionly. The guardian statue stands motionly. A creepy statue. Yeah, that's Lost City of Amdapor hard. Yeah. Anyway. You are returned from your expedition to the Lost City. That is well. We, for our part, have at last succeeded in easing the elementals this quiet. But tell us, Arya, what was the nature of the hostile presence that so unsettled them? It was a bunch of statues coming to life. Extraordinary. I was all but certain that some seed of the darkness had survived. I could not have been more wrong. I certainly did not expect ensorcelled statues. Creations of the Amdapori Magi, I imagine? It would appear so. They likely began to stir when the fiend was awoken by the weakening seal. Yet that does not explain why the elementals would have cause to fear these ancient sentinels. It seems safe to assume that the Amdapori built them to repel the armies of of Monk. Were the hazard of the guess, I would say that the passing of the years has dulled the statue's senses and that they mistook our friends for ethereal beings of a different order. Voidsent of the kind employed by the Maki Magi, the Elemental's arrival would have seemed like an invasion. That would explain much, yes. Voidsent monstrosities and dying guardians of stone. The world of Magi must have been a conflict of truly terrifying proportions. It is well that these ancient relics have at last been laid to rest. Within the city's defenses Let me try that again. With the city's defenses thus disabled, we may safely return to our task of cleansing the ruins. You have our deepest gratitude, Arya. And that wraps that up. So, I believe I need to head for the Rising Stones. Pray return. Oh! There's an... There's an S-rank up! It's like, why are people asking for an invite? You sense the presence of a powerful merc. Oh. Oh, I have no idea where it is. But, at least someone's asking. We're gonna try and do the draw distance method of fight. Unfortunately, Mordona is really annoying. It's gonna be over here. It cannot... Alright, someone linked it. Hello, so this is a Grip of the Mighty. This is the S rank of Mordona. This is not why I came here, I'll be honest with you. I would rather be on my main character for this, but we're here. We're here. So, yeah. Yeah, so this is a Grip of the Mighty. A Grip of the Mighty spawned by completing a treasure hunt map in the area of Mordona. It's still a butthead about actually spawning, even when it's completely capped a few times over. In cases where it absolutely should have spawned, it still took people like 10 maps to spawn it, and the best way to get maps for this is through part of the Realm Reborn Relic quest line, and yeah, it's still not even guaranteed. That's only the best way because it costs money. It just costs poetic. Yeah, this guy is a royal pain in the ass to spawn. Let's just put it lightly. Now see, this is people being patient. Patience. Patience. But yeah, the A rank here is like one of those, like, I don't remember what they're called. But yeah. This is the S rank. It can spawns every 48 to something hours, I think. But yeah, like I said, it likes to be a pain in the butt about it. Might even be more. And it's cold. So now watch it die, because there's a lot of level 80 people here. As long as I hit it once, we're fine. And I hit it once! Yay! Because people... It's still dying. People feel the absolute need to go all out when they're level 80 on a level 50 enemy, instead of letting people get credit for the kill. I always try and just hit it once and be done. In that case, I shoulder tackled and was done, but I'm also only level 65. And yeah, so that was that. Alright, I gotta try and find this quest. Not for the real reason I came to Mordona. It was not a grip of the mighty. Ah, here we go. I see where it is. That makes sense, I suppose. When the bow wakes. The time has come, Warrior of Light. We must move against the Warring Triad now or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awake and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, Arya, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections of your fellow scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the Warring Triad. But we must also aware the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Agarling Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening. It is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephirot will be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azazla. We'll speak further there. Warring Triad is a collective term for three immensely powerful icons that were brought into existence during the twilight of the Third Astral Era. Summoned by the native tribes of Mericidia, these entities were set against the encroaching forces of the Allagan Empire. The strength of a primal is determined by the fervent prayers of its faithful, and as the Mericidians' prayers called for saviors with the power to throw back an imperial invasion, the resulting incarnations were perforce imbued with nigh incalculable might. Though the Allagans were capable of conquering such godlike beings well, illustrates the incredible heights to which their technology had ascended. The implacable empire subdued and imprisoned the Warring Triad, shackled them to machinery that sustained the Icon's forms, whilst at the same time leeching away their infinite energies. For 5 millennia did the Warring Triad languish thus in dreaming servitude, their slumber undisturbed until Archbishop Thordan VII of Ishgard rattled the bars of their cage. The Archbishop had come to Azazla seeking to absorb the Three's power and make of himself a god without rival. It was fortunate then that the Warrior of Light and her companions thwarted Thordan before he realized his tyrannical ambitions. But the victory was not without consequence. The violence of the battle cracked the seals that keep the Triad in torpor. The Icons have begun to stir. Worse, the Garland Empire and their heavy-handed efforts to plunder the secrets of Azazla threaten to drag them into the full wakefulness. These terrible entities must be destroyed before they arise in all their cataclysmic splendor. The Warring Triad, the Awakening. So we need to head up to Azazla, specifically the flagship. I swear, if I go into Azazla and I see a powerful mark, considering this one's a lot more of a pain to spawn, okay, we're good. The S rank is not up here. Oh my gosh. No, I haven't actually ever been to this part of the map before. This is the place, Warring Triad of Light, Warrior of Light. Here we will find a containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by Allagan devices. As I warned you, Sephirot poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let's continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility. Oh look, it's Urianger. You've not been waiting long, I trust? We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Arya. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Mikote scion, you must be Archon Ishtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kryl, the student of Baldesian, correct? Diminutive? Perhaps there has been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephirot of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Alec as the Fiend. He was once the pattern deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, but he was subdued by the Alekan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephirot is neither truly living nor dead. His mind bound in a dream, while his body's energies are harnessed by Alekan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into ether lies in his restraints. Excuse me. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place. Yes, remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls of Sephirot's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. Most succinct assessment, Mistress Kryl. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with an uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. If only my gift offered such detailed analysis. Which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It'll be Arya and I, after all, who entered the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's that settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Arya and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephirot back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I say, considering our respective fields of expertise. And, of course, my diminutive stature. Now, that'd be funnier if I was also a Lillifeld, but I'm just the second shortest race, so... Right. Someone had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. I'm just the second shortest race. It's okay. It's okay. Activating verification systems. Lifting access restriction 2. Triad control. I had no idea the Baldesian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we located the controls for Sephirot's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls, mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Warning! Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Guardians. Come on, Urianger. We must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified, but I can't very well leave every deadly task to you scions. According to the history, Sephirot was immense in both size and strength, and mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Alekans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Containment Bay S1T7 now accessible. S for Sephirot, of course. I always want to say Sephiroth. That's Sephirot. Oh, hey. It really could have been worse. Expecting that to take way longer. Hope you all like FF6. It's a pretty good game, actually. Highly recommend it. I've LP'd it, even.
Disabling Sephirot's restraints now. Good luck.
So yes, Sephirot is in fact based off of Fiend from Final Fantasy VI. As a sentient, it is otherwise known as the Fiend. And of course, there's no countdown or anything for pulling. So, Sephirot, only the tank wants to be up front. Ideally, the tank would turn this a little bit more, but, this tank was too busy. Oh my god, I gotta pull fast. Got a stack thing here. Normal stack damage sort of deal. This Sephirot is just a normal party-wide AoE. This attack holding back here is a tank buster. And that is why you want to avoid the front, because of that cleave he just did. These are, I think, just single target attacks, yeah. Alright, and now we have to deal with ads before Sephirot fully powers up his limit break. If he does, of course, it is a wipe. So, ideally the tanks just bring all this nonsense into the middle. And those they are actually just little, kinda mini versions of Sephirot. Especially when he wasn't this full form there. Yeah, so ideally the tanks, you just bring these all to the middle. It can be a little bit difficult. Patience and penance. Oh, I haven't been reading it! Pestilent Northerners, you shall regret the decision to loosen my feathers. At the equilibrium of life, I shall tip thy scales and partake of thy bounteous energy, patience, and penance. For millennia have I yearned to enact this vengeance. I am the end and the beginning. By my touch shall your wretched lives be blessed. So this is his limit break. So, for this first little bit, we're actually all going to want to be chilling right in the middle. I did my Boundless Light. What powers of death do you mortals wield? So he's going to be doing a bunch of knockbacks. You do not want to be right in the blue, as that tank just proudly showed. You also don't want to be right near the edge, because you can be knocked off of this edge. There are no positionals, of course. Earthshakers, these are funnels targeted on two people, and of course the two people run the same way. Ideally, one runs one way, the other runs the other way. This is going to be a knockback to the back, which we're going to have this storm of words. These Binas are going to want to be pulled back to where we are, which they aren't being. Ideally we were both back there, but we weren't, so, you know, just gotta avoid all of it. Got some Earth Shakers going on here. See, that's how they should be baited. And when you see him start to pull down his arms like this and pull back, you want to be on the wind piece there. Much like the tank just loudly showed us. That's what you want to be, on the wind thing. Otherwise, you will die a painful death. Because while he is swiping across the entire arena, and this is hits on everything, you want people on both sides here, I believe. towers. I want people in, at least one in each tower. And we're back to the beginning again. This tank has learned nothing. Okay, we're in it again. This tank was in such a hurry, they didn't bother to make sure that they knew what they were doing. And sometimes those knockbacks can be scary, especially when you have one of those things below you coming up, but... well... look at this. You know, it's like... not much at all. That's Sephirot! Yay, Sephirot! Now it's a good thing we didn't let him get stronger, huh? Him. Of course, like all the other primals, there is no loot at the end. So let's go ahead. I got a player commendation. What the heck? What the heck? You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against something that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. A hero, tried and true. If only I possessed such strength. Your soul? This is Crow. Icon eliminated! Oh, if only you could have seen it. Arya gave Sephirot the mother of all rude awakenings! And your distraction was perfect! We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes, understood. Let's swap tails with the Rising Stones then. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines to preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done, for the present at least. Let's go home, shall we? Hello. Your senses are sharp, young one. I'm Regula von Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion, and would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of these infernal island's defenses. Think that I pursued them? I shall withdraw for now. My lesson learned. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. What the? I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. You weren't there. Did something happen? Not a consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask, Igars? A longing for hope, an appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret? And do I detect the desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gifts tell you? No, those were just wild guesses. But I wonder if few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Via these Inukai, I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was the performance then. A ruse to uncover my true nature. I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Alright, let's head back to the Raising Stones. At least I know this time. And that strength will not be up. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Through thine all-surpassing skill of arms do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the Warring Triad's baleful presence. In such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alec. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephirot, and may yet exceed them. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Guardians afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephirot was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allegan's technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, among other things. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize, for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Yeah, I'm trying to read ahead of myself here. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. A companion now, am I? Wait, I'm fighting with my chair here again. Shocking news. Fighting with my chair. Alright, so should have two quests, I want to say. Ideally, the next one, the Warring Triad, which we are not doing yet, and Sephirot EX. Because yes, God forbid, Sephirot gets stronger, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. You have two. Yes. A fiendish likeness. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During your expedition to banish Sephirot, I came across a certain relic. I believe it would be best to be... it would be put to best use in your hands. It is an elegant device of the kind used to store information. In this case, the record of the fierce conflict that took place on the shores of Mericidia between the Icon Sephirot and the forces of Alec. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside Triad control, the node system will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider a sort of mock battle that presumes the Sephirot who's broken free of his shackles. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephirot ever to absorb an additional source of energy, say, by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a warrior of your ability. Yes. Need not possess Mistress Kyle's knowledge of elegant technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship and then follow the orb's instructions. I hope this experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. Does this book have any new information? Yes, Chapter 1, Sephirot. The Warrior of Light has toppled the first of the Warring Triad. We knew little of Sephirot other than he was the chief deity of a tribe of tree-like beings. That sacred tree ascended to godhead. Elegant histories discovered upon the event of his destruction, however, have brought fascinating new facts to light. These recordings attribute to Sephirot the ability to induce spontaneous growth in living organisms through the manipulation of ambient etheric energy. It is noted that the icon did not hesitate to direct this ability upon himself. Sephirot grew to gigantic proportions during his conflict with the armies of Alec, using his colossal limbs to cut great swaths of devastation through their ranks. He is eventually overwhelmed, however, his abilities contained. The elegance performed experience upon the captured icon, siphoning his growth-inducing energies into the cultivation of numerous chimerical monstrosities, one a natural existence propagating countless others. When one believes one's control unbreakable, however, a single overlooked flaw inevitably leads to catastrophe. I know of at least one civilization that collapsed under the weight of such hubris. So let's go ahead and head back to Azislaw. Activating verification systems. Combat simulation request acknowledged. Awaiting tombstone data. Data process. Adversary. Warring Triad. Sephirot. Defining simulation parameters. Warning. Threat level. Extreme. The Empire assumes no responsibility for death or injury resulting from participation in combat simulations. Activating reality augmentation, initiating combat simulation. The Empire thanks you for volunteering to participate in this study. Post-mortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent participants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Containment Bay S1T7 Extreme is now accessible, so it didn't sound like there was any in here. Yeah, no. So, darn. There is not a Sephirot Extreme up. So, I guess I prepare to continue on Alexander because there's no Sephirots up. Which sucks. I actually don't really like fighting Sephirot Extreme, I'll be honest. There's still some mechanics that make my head go, ugh. Anyway, I'm going to head to prepare to continue on with Alexander. And I'm going to call it there, I guess. So, thank you for watching. Next time we will progress in Alexander. Hold on. I just got here. But may have received word of another S rank. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Well, if I can load, that would be great. So, you can already see the hordes of people heading here. It should just be, like, right down in the... Cool. That was already pulled. Perfect. Anyway! Thank you for watching. That was a nice little distraction. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. I'm also going to do one more look once I load to see if there's a Sephirot up. No. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. Support greatly helps her keep being content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. And until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!